So you join me today for day... I really should go check. I think it's day 18 of my January declutter series, where I am decluttering the same amount of items that there is days. If that even makes sense, I'm not even sure it does. But on day 1 I decluttered 1 thing, on day 2 I decluttered 2 things, on day 3 I decluttered 3 things, and so on. So, as I say, I'm pretty sure we're on day 18 today, so I'm going to declutter, in theory, 18, potentially 19 items, potentially even both, because, my friends, we are delving into my understairs cupboard. Now, I'm not sure if I've shared this with you or with the internet before, potentially in a vlog. I've shared the sheer disorganisation that is my understairs cupboard. It is very much my Monica Geller cupboard. The area of my house that basically represents my brain and my life. And I cannot begin to tell you the sheer amount of anxiety this cupboard brings me. Be that when I have to put something away, when I have to get something out, I have no idea where anything is. I can barely get in the cupboard. It's just chaos. Now, we've organised it in terms of like storage solutions as best we can. Bearing in mind, obviously, we're renting this house, so we don't want to do any kind of permanent things. So everything's kind of semi-permanent and kind of on the fairly cheap side of things, because I don't want to spend money on a house that's not mine, basically. So I'm going to take this video back to the early part of this challenge, where I kind of decluttered the stuff and then basically just came on to share it with you. I did kind of a few where they were live declutters, so you kind of came along for the ride with me. But today I just feel like this cupboard is just chaos, and it's really hard to kind of position my camera where you can actually see because it's such a small space. So that is what I'm going to do, but I am going to include a before and after, because I'm ever hopeful that it will be a satisfying one, because it's not satisfying right now. It's really not. So without further ado, I'm going to step to the side so you can see the sheer chaos. I mean, you can see it. You can see it creeping around me there, but it gets worse. It gets worse. How does it get worse? How? So I'm going to take you off the tripod, so sorry for shaky cam, but this is my understairs cupboard. This is a cupboard that we took out of our kitchen to put a dishwasher in, because my life most certainly required that. But now we're left with this cupboard that it houses stuff. It's not just an empty cupboard, but it obviously takes up a massive amount of the space. In an ideal world, we would flat pack it and like put it in the garage or something, and get another one of these rackings that's just next to it. Although I'm not sure if the fuse box would be in the way. Maybe if you can get shorter ones, I'm not sure, because that's much narrower. And it leaves a bit more space. Not that it does leave space, because look, I don't even know, because it's so dark in here, you can't really see. There's stuff all over the floor. There's stuff all the way back there. There's our old shoe rack here that has stuff on it. There's just literally stuff everywhere, like bursting at the seams. Like all of these boxes and things are just full. It's just a lot. And the primary reason why I'm taking this video back to how I started this series is because this cupboard, it needs a major overhaul, a major organisation sesh, but I can't do that until I've decluttered. So I'm going to focus on the declutter for now. Once everything's done, once this month of decluttering is finished, I am going to start some organisation videos. So watch this space. I don't want to organise, obviously, stuff right now, because it just no, my brain cannot. So I'm going to see you hopefully very shortly with 18, potentially 19, potentially 20, 30, what? I can't maths. 27? 27? Is 18 and 19... What's 18 plus 19? 37. 37, my friends. 37 items, potentially. I'm not sure. We'll see how we go. Wow. Yeah. This one, these 2 days worth, we did do 2 in the end. This has been the first ones that have actually overwhelmed me. Like, overwhelmed me during the process. I had moments of overwhelm when I looked at everything else that I've decluttered and had to sort out. But this, I actually have goosebumps right now. I don't think you can see that, but I just feel so like, oh God. And I did end up having to do a bit of organisation in there because as I was like moving things to obviously assess them, I like would put them back in a more convenient location. So a little bit of organisation has been done in there, but I expect like a proper organisation will need to be done at some point. So anyway, let's flip you around and share with you all of my new friends that live on my floor. Okay, so these are the things for essentially day 18 that I am decluttering. So the first thing is this wax burner. I don't use them anymore just because I can't put them anywhere that is safe from the children. So that's going. This collection of cards, all like unused, they're all going. Obviously, I don't know why I say that in a lot of these videos. That's going along with this. Obviously, that's the point of the videos. You get it. Apologies for keep repeating myself and saying that when as much is obvious. So the next thing is this thing of face masks. Don't really need them anymore. Swivel tap thingy. Came in a pack of 2. Only needed 1, so the other one's going. This pack of little hooky things came with the thing that's hanging on our like larder cupboard door. I'm not entirely sure what they're for, but I'm not using them, so goodbye. And then we've got a bunch of recipe cards from like meal subscription thingies like Gusto and HelloFresh and stuff that are either meals that we aren't going to make again or we don't need the recipe card for. A bunch of these clear wallet things, don't need them, got enough should I need any. This selection of things, most of it's stuff from Little Troopers. So this is kind of a kit designed for military children when one of their parents are deployed. And I'm ever hopeful that I'm not going to need this again. Now, my husband is technically deploying in a couple of months' time, but not for a consistent length of time. I think he's going to be able to come home throughout the couple of months that he's technically deployed for. So we aren't really going to need any of this stuff. So goodbye. Hopefully. Next thing is just this bag. It's just one that I picked up. I went to Pound Stretcher and I didn't have a bag with me, so I bought one, but I don't need it. Nor do I need these drawer divider things, these pictures. I've got a bunch of like instruction manuals and stuff. Next 2 things are these baskets. And then I think the final thing out of that bunch of 18 things, again, more than 18 items probably in itself, reusable wipes. Bye-bye. And then on to the further 19 things that we have. Like, oh, it just blows my mind, honestly. I have a giant empty cardboard box, a bunch of gift bags. I've kept loads, but I just don't need all of them. I'm not a massive gifter, and if I gift anything, I generally don't need a bag, so you are no longer needed. I have this empty, like, plastic bag. We used to use it as like a laundry bag before, so yeah, I'm not really sure what it's meant for. I guess just a storage bag in general, but we just don't need it, so goodbye. Again, a bag. This was just going to be the bag that I was getting rid of because, again, I just don't need another plastic bag. but it's actually a bag full of my shreddings. I did a bunch of shredding and emptied my shredder, so that's just a bag of shredded paper. The next thing is this bag of bonds that a friend gave me. So my plan was basically last year to cut them into like short ones because they were long-armed, long-legged. And I managed to cut all the legs and arms off of all of them, but then didn't get round to actually like finishing the edges and obviously securing the zip on this end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on, there's like a couple of Bonds Facebook groups. I'm going to pop them on there and see if someone that's a dab hand with the sewing machine wants to take over that project, because they're probably just not even going to fit my daughter this year. So bye-bye. So the next things are just a bunch of little things. So I've got bra extenders. Technically, these could be included with the maternity bras that I got rid of on day 5, but they weren't even anywhere remotely near them. So they are in this one. So those, some air dry clay stuff that has been open for about as long as my daughter's been alive. So bye-bye. An empty tin. It's just like a little trinkety tin. Again, it's just taking up space now. I don't really do anything with it. The infamous Tomy eggs that obviously aren't complete. That is the only reason I've kept hold of them, because I haven't been able to find this one or the shell for this one, and I hate to get rid of things that aren't a complete set. So this really hurts me in the feels. So yeah, I don't know what to do with that. I feel bad getting rid of it as an incomplete set, but at the same time, it serves no purpose to us as is or complete. So bye-bye. Next thing is, it's actually half of a photo frame, the other half smashed, and this has no way without the other half to actually stand up. But I kept it because I felt bad of throwing it away. But again, it has no purpose, so bye-bye. Next thing is, again, a couple of items in one, but I'm keeping it as like one collective. Out-of-date medicine and an unused pessary thing, applicator. Definitely don't need you, goodbye. Next thing is a pair of rubber gloves. Next one again is an empty takeaway container thing. Used that as a cleaning pot, but I've got others, so bye-bye. The next 3 things are 3 pairs of shoes. 2 are my husband's, 1's mine, bye-bye. Next thing is this. This came in a HelloFresh box. It's like insulation-y type stuff, or whatever they use to keep the stuff cool. Again, I kept it thinking that I could reuse it instead of just chucking it in the bin, but I haven't, and I probably won't, so bye-bye. And then the last thing out of these 37, definitely more because there's quite a lot in there, and there's a few in there, items, is this basket. Kept it as like a toy storage thing, but it just keeps getting emptied out and used as a hat, and it's about the perfect size to suffocate my youngest. So bye-bye, 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 all of you things. So the plan is, my friend is coming around tomorrow, hopefully, and she is going to have a go through all of these things, including the stuff on the table. I'm not sure if you would have seen this video yet or not, but she's going to go through it, see if there's anything that she can make use out of. Again, I'm just going to chuck away anything that just needs to be chucked away or recycled. And yeah, actually update the Totter and Tumble that I mentioned quite early on in the declutter. That is being collected today. Managed to sell that on Marketplace. So yeah, if you want to see an update on everything I've decluttered up till kind of yesterday, and kind of what I'm doing with it and everything else, then make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can see when that video goes up, because I'm doing it as like a little kind of vlog. Again, just a kind of bit of inspiration to any of you guys that are a bit kind of at a loss when you come to doing this kind of declutter, because it can be extremely overwhelming. And yeah, I just thought I would kind of document the process that I'm using and see if it helps anyone. So I'm going to bid you farewell for now, try and sort all this out because my daughter's going to be home in about 15 minutes. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow or in a couple of days' time for day 20. I still can't believe I've got 11 more days of this to go.